Warning: this game contains scenes of violence, coarse language, and depictions of self harm. If you are under the age of 18 or easily disturbed, viewer discretion is advised. Wow, that was a long dialogue. Like the guitar. I like the dunk dunk. One second. Sorry, I had to check on the. Alright. Want to check out a few things real quick before I continue. All right. So let's see. I guess we just follow the same logic. Yuri and then Nazuki. Nasazuki. Yeah. Let's see what you've written to for today. Well done, Mr. Native. Your skills are already improving. Really? Thanks, Yuri. Coming from you, that means a lot. Huh? It's nothing. I'm just happy to help inspire fellow writers. I know you're new to this, so don't worry so much if it seems like you can't get your poem to feel perfect. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings and write down those things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see your mind. It's very intimate exercise. Jeez, can't talk. I see. There's certainly an interesting technique. That's certainly it's. Blah, blah, blah. Thanks for sharing. I have well, an example of that if you like to read it. Of course. Is that the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. I like the music, Jane. The raccoon. It happened at dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scattering of raccoons outside my window. That was when I believe the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an ordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of my bread. My subconscious was all well aware of the consequences, well aware of the raccoon that I fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was a symptom. The bread, curiosity, the raccoon, urge. The moon incriminates the phrase of Nicholas that much more light off cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of the raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and soft, the raccoon becomes excited. On purpose, I merely project my emotions in a merely satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say they've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me an excitement, a rush of blood, classic, Robin conditioning. I slice the bread and I feel myself again. Oh. Hope I read that right. I was a little bit more daring with this one than yesterday. I can see that. A lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem's about. That's right. It's a bit more closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid, imaginary, and conferring emotions throughout them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what's supposed to... Okay, hold on. I'm reading this all weird. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to their own way. I want to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my unusual hobbies. It's for those sorts of things. I'm usually forced to keep to myself. I remember enjoying writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing. People would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Mr. Native? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other in our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little, but no. And I'm glad that you're a good listener. Okay, so I guess Nazuki. What's not really any worse than your last one, but I can't really say it's any better either. Phew. Huh? Phew what? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take as a win. I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment. Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll get as good as me someday. That's, something tells me Nazuki completely missed the point. To think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. You think so? Yeah, well, I guess you've gotten Well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type of all of a sudden? Oh wait, what was I? Sayori has a type of all of a sudden? Well, I don't know. But honestly, I can make someone fluffy spend so much time with someone like you. It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. Ah, that's a little unnecessary. But think of it this way. If it wasn't for me, you would probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say you could say we each take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wiggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang, the chores my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words, but she liked spiders, so I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has lots of friends. Oh, I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. Gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. I'm gonna tell everyone. What game is this? Like, I know I'm questioning a lot, but what am I playing? Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I don't have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, everyone would agree that the subject of the poem is an arrogant jerk. You know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks. That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Some things that you're afraid of people find out. They'll make fun of you, think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes? As long as they're not hurting anyone, it makes them happy. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Huh, that's funny. Yori wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yori? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I mean, Yori's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she had some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I wouldn't judge her or anything. Nazuki has trouble finding words. I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff, I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yori made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, sounds like she learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll approach the message in your poem. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotion is important. But I want to make people think, not feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. to feel about this game. We're going to be honest. Like, I've been playing this for like 2 hours now. And it's nothing but like straight up dialogue. Sorry, want to clear my throat a little bit. Okay, I guess Monica is the last one. Hi again, Mr. Native. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I won't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for me for today? Sure. Here you go. Gave my poem to Monica. All right. Pretty good. It makes me think of Sayori, like the other ones that you wrote. You two are like the dynamic duo. That's kind of exaggerating, isn't it? Exaggerating it? Yeah, probably. But you do spend a lot of time with her, even in the club, don't you? Then again, I don't blame you for being a little shy. I'm not shy, it's just... I'm just teasing. I know it takes a bit of time to make friends with everyone. But Yori and Nazuki are super interesting people, so don't be afraid to give them their share of time. You can talk to me every now and then too. It's not like I'm unapproachable or anything, am I? No, it's nothing like that. I'm just still getting used to being around here, that's all. Yeah. I'm sorry if I'm putting pressure on you or something. I really didn't mean like that. No, don't worry. I get what you're saying. Well, alright. But anyways, want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, bending, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless symphony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating, where waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing, fine, caressing, like playing a chalkboard on the turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. Endless poem of me. Load me. What? I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of confused on that poem. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. Kind of like playing with my space on a paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I write the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of feeling, or a conversation with a reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. What? You never know when you might change your mind. Or when something unexpected may happen. That... Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? Ha 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 ha. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Yes. That was weird, right? Can I save? Yeah, no, I'll save. A lot of spots. Okay. That was weird, I'm not gonna lie. That was... Okay, let's get going. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today. So if anyone could come sit on the front of the room. Is it about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we could put together anything good just in a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting new members. That's a concern of mine. Well, really, I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're keeping it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters. I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Ah, sorry. I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing! Yay! Huzzah! Performing? Monica? Yeah, you're having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is we're also going to let everyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori is putting all on the poster in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Hehe. Sayori has been coloring a poster and holds it up for us. Oh, Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? Didn't you already start putting these posters up, did you? Well, I did. You really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. Not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know? There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Nazuzuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yori shakes her head in fear. Nice. No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. I remember that Nazuzuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. I'm so sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event with a good performance, then we should inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better. We'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, having fun. That's right. And if those reasons that were all up today, don't you want to share with others? To inspire to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if it all takes to standing in front of the room of 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Nazuzuki and Yori remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Nazuzuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get over with it. Alright. You. Thanks, Nazuzuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's temptant faces. Guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Of course. Oh gosh. Of course. Oh gosh, sorry. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyways, move into the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to be practicing reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica! This is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone to feel a little bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Haha, of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to a specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is... She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is it simply natural? Or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yori has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recent. Ugh. I don't even read that last part. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to get as a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Yori's fired up all of a sudden. Yori clutches the sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over the podium. The poem is called Yori anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yori. It's called After Image of the Crimson Eye. Yori's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do with this. Why is she suddenly putting out so much effort? As Yori gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yori gets absorbed into her book. Her quivering words turn into sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns and in structures that she's incites with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into a whirling fire Yori keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yori snaps back into reality and glances around as she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm sure the first start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards and give Yori the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we're caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yori holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yori, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yori is down for the count. Okay, guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called my meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Hee hee. Sayori. A lot harder than I thought. Why did you guys do it so easily? Huh. Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimed to be cheery like Sayori is. It seems it's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori! Even Mr. Native liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. Jeez. Freaking. What the words? I really don't understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where the sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little bit more fierce behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. That's well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. Just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. The next time I'm going to make you pick the poem that challenges you a little bit more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now who's next? Nazuki? Don't make me go before Mr. Native. Not like I can compare you two guys anyway. Might as well let Mr. Native lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Nazuki. It's fine. I might as well get over with it. Get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and steep in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put into energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry I'm not really good as everyone else is. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something you have to prove over time. It's something that I'll prove over time though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Nazuki. Yeah, I'm going. Nazuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Nazuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Nazuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when she's spoken out loud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Nazuki finishes and everyone applauds. She hops back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. Better not make me do that again. Oh well. You at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want to for other people. But when it's just for friends, it's embarrassing. That's a surprise, Nazuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming, though. Might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure to pick your poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll make pamphlets so that let everyone ahead of time know they'll be reciting. Ease. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting all this effort for the club. Makes me really happy. Oh, yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. I can do this. Alright. Hand up. There's no way to be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do it my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Ease, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Mr. Arrow, you don't have to say it. Whatever. Let's go already.